Hey, this is Joe Pellegrino with Legacy Minded Men, and this is a Legacy Minute. You know, I have a friend named Jim, and Jim worked for a few of my companies. Jim was a really, really nice guy, but Jim was really lazy. You know the kind of people I'm talking about, just lazy. You got to push them to do anything. Well, anyway, I let him go a couple of times, and always, in a nice way, and we still stay friends. Well, one day he comes to visit me at my company, and he says to me, how's it going? And I said, Jim, it's going really well. I wish I had one more salesperson to put us over the top, but other than that, it's going well. Well, I see his eyes working. And all of a sudden he looks at me and he says these words that I couldn't believe. He said, well, why don't you just hire me? And after the initial shock, I looked at him and I'm thinking, what am I going to say to this guy? And I paused and then these words came out of my mouth. Would you hire you? Well, all Jim could do was smile. And he looked at me straight in the eye and he said, no. Now the good news is, Jim knew exactly who he was. The problem was he was comfortable with that, and he didn't want to move. He was in a comfort zone. He was in a place where he just did not want to go to the next level. Well, guys, let me tell you something. God is calling us to another level. He has called us to greatness. He's asked us to lead. And the challenge is we are not accepting the challenge because we are sitting in a comfort zone. We're comfortable in that easy chair. We got that remote in our hands and we're not doing anything to move forward. Remember something, faith is a verb. It's an action word. If we do not, look up James and you'll see what he talks about with faith. Faith without works is dead. That simply means that real faith, true faith, requires action. So what about you? What about you? Would you hire you? This is Joe Pellegrino. This has been a Legacy Minute.